Clinton's presidency included a great time of economic growth in American history. The Clintonomics, as it was known, encompassed a huge set of economic policies as well as a governmental philosophy. His approach entailed modernization of the federal government in trying to reduce the amount of work it did. It made it more enterprise friendly while also giving greater authority to the states and local governments. Clinton assumed office following the end of a recession, which definitely helped with his economic standing. The Clintonomics policy mainly focused on four main points: establishing fiscal discipline and eliminating the budget deficit, maintaining low interest rates and encouraging private sector investment, eliminating protectionist tariffs, and investing in human capital through education and research. Prior to his 1992 presidential campaign, America had undergone 12 years of conservative policies implemented by Ronald Reagan and George Bush. Clinton's platform ran on balancing the budget, lowering inflation, lowering unemployment, and continuing the traditionally conservative policies of free trade. President Clinton oversaw a very successful economy during his tenure. The U.S. had huge economic growth, around 4% annually, and record job creation at around 23 million. He raised taxes on higher income taxpayers early in his first term and cut defense spending and welfare, which contributed to the rise in revenue and decline in spending relative to the size of the economy. These factors helped bring the United States federal budget into surplus from the fiscal year 1998 to 2001, the only surplus years after 1969. Debt held by the public, a primary measure of the national debt, fell relative to GDP throughout his first two terms, from 47.8% in 1993 all the way down to 31.4% in 2001. In proposing his plan to cut the government deficit, Clinton submitted a budget and corresponding tax legislation that would somehow cut the deficit by $500 billion over 5 years by reducing $255 billion of spending and raising taxes on the wealthiest 1.2% of Americans. This also imposed a new energy tax on all Americans and subjected about a quarter of those receiving Social Security payments to higher taxes on their benefits.